I just recently had something come up in a remote video read. I had a client ask me a question or basically make a statement, and then this whole huge story came up out of me, and I realized, oh my God, this is a story everybody needs to hear. So this is how this stacks up, and that is like, there is a woman who has been booking consecutive remote video reads with me to work through some coaching, which is fantastic. And she just happens to live in one of the red state Bible Belt areas of our country right now. And she is so not aligned with that, but she and her husband are having to live there because of like families there and kids and so on and so forth. And so she's doing the best that she can there. And as we have been working through some of the coaching together and her business that she's working on, I mentioned to her, I said, like, you kind of sort of need to get out and start talking with people at some point. Like, putting videos out is great, but with where you're at in your business, you're going to need to get out and network and visit with people. And so on this reading that came back, she, the one-liner that was in there that came back and she said to me, she's like, well, Dana, with the type of business that I have, which is like traditional paired with non-traditional. Her business is a traditional business paired with non-traditional ways of doing that business, which is so totally amazing, right? And she came back to me and she basically said in her email, she was like, Dana, I live in the Bible Belt, like who I am and what I'm doing, like it's not going to fly here. And that's where I felt myself come up for air. Because what I realized is she had automatically decided that because of who she is with her business, she can't talk about it where she's at. Now, I can understand that. That comes with trepidation. But I read this and I looked at this and there was immediately a story that came up and there was immediately a sensation of like, oh my God, where do you think I have been doing my psychic work for most of my life? Yes, I had my psychic awakening on the Colorado Front Range, which is more liberal, more progressive. But where I have been living since about 2005 has been in rural areas that are predominantly red, conservative. And so it's like I have been living and working and doing what I'm doing as a working psychic and like having what I have go on. And basically been a blue dot in a red ocean. And I've had to be very creative to be who I am and do what I do and be successful at it. And that has definitely come with my bumps and my bruises along the way. And I don't really share that in video form. I really don't come out and say, yeah, this crappy thing happened to me and that crappy thing happened to me, but I dusted myself off and got up again and I'm still here. Like, I don't share the stories. But this one particular story I think is super important that personifies, like, for those of us who are similar to me and doing work like me, but also pairing non-traditional ways of doing traditional business in more conservative traditional communities, like in what do we do and how do we do it. So here's the story. So at this point in my business, from about 2013 to about 2020 until COVID happened, like I was getting out. I was getting out to make contact, not only in my state of Colorado, but at other shows across the country. And within the state of Colorado, like, I was driving to different communities and like I was doing vending events and speaking events and networking events, like anywhere where like my pendulum or my spidey sense was like, ooh, that one, I need to be at that one on that date. Like I always had a sixth sense of like where I needed to be and where I needed to steer clear from, which that is a gift in and of itself, a business gift of knowing which event you need to be at and invest in and which one you don't. And I found the pendulum and spirit team and intuition to be quite valuable in making those decisions, right? Well, this was closer on to like 2017, 2018-ish. And I booked a speaking event. I had applied to and I had booked a speaking event with a women's business organization in Grand Junction, Colorado. And I was super excited about this because this was just about an hour away from where I was living. And I felt like, oh my God, it's not just a group for me to speak at, but it's, I could become associated with this group and do more work with them. So I was super excited about it. And, I put my talk together and, the day came and I drove over there super excited. And it turned out to be a luncheon of there were at least 150 women in that room. I mean, this is a really strong women's business networking group. Very cool, very, very cool what they're doing. And so, so I got to participate in the activities they had going on. We had our lunch, and then it was time to have their guest speaker. And so I stood up and I gave my talk. I talked about somatic money. I talked about body-based money relationships, somatic money and psychic work with money to a business women's group in Grand Junction, Colorado in 2017-18. Can you feel the paint peeling off the walls for some of those people? Yeah, so what I found as I gave that talk is there were some people leaning in who were super, super into it. And there were some people who were glaring at me. They were not, I could tell, they were not happy. But and at that point in my career, I have gone through a lot of hard knocks to be who I am and do what I do. And so I wasn't going to stand down. I was going to go ahead and do what I did. And so I gave this talk. I got done with it. I made my consultation offer, all my pamphlets and paperwork. It was out in the audience. There were some worksheets that people had that they could make notes on. And so after this whole thing was done, and it was nice to have interactions with ladies and everything, there was a lot of my paraphernalia still left on tables. It was very interesting to me. About half the ladies took it and the other half left it. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So I was going through and picking it up. And as I went through and picked it up, there were some notes that got left to me by these ladies. And there were a handful of ladies that basically told me I was a terrible person for what I was doing, that I was sinning and blaspheming in the eyes of God. This shit got written on notes and got left on tables for me to find, anonymous notes. Okay. So I got those. Those were some of the notes. And then there were a handful of other notes written about, some women left notes about, I feel so guilty and I feel like I'm sinning in front of God just listening to this woman. Those notes got left as well. And I was like, oh, shit. And so after that, now after the notes and everything, I was like, I don't know that I'm going to be back. I had kind of a queasy feeling, but I also had a feeling of damn straight, I did what I needed to do. And I also stretched. I stretched that room. There was friction and I stretched that room. It's not the first time this has happened, people. It is not the first time this has happened. And it's not the first time, I've had some people get pretty mean and ugly at me for who I am and what I do, but I've never stopped. Yes, I've taken pause a few times. There's a couple times I've almost come close to having to put restraining orders on people because that's how crazy some of these people have gotten. But I've always continued. I've always continued on, and I've always known that part of my work here on the planet is to expand some of those places, even if it does create friction. And then there's the people who show up and go, thank God. Thank God you showed up and did that message because I have been starving for things like this. Okay. And that happened at that Grand Junction thing. Now, I picked up a good number of consultations. How I do free consultation reads through my emails with, the videos that I put out now? I've been doing that all along. Sometimes that has been phone calls and sometimes that has been Zoom conferences, and now it's email consultations reads, but I still do that because I value and I entertain having conversations with people because the conversations open up, where people are at, what's going on for them, and the work that we could do to help them out. those conversations are critical, in my business, and it's also critical for you with where you're at in your lives, and that's why I do that. And then, then that gets connected into an extended email read, or a, remote video read, or a full-on session, or a PDF channel kind of thing, like whatever it is that lines up for folks. And so out of this meeting, out of this talk that I gave to this women's business luncheon in Grand Junction, Colorado in 2017, 2018. I had a handful of consultations, and I did those. I had those conversations. And out of those conversations, I landed 4 clients. I landed a short-term client. I landed a client who worked with me intermittently for, a mid-range amount of time. And then I landed 2 ophthalmologists in Grand Junction who were starved for what I was doing. They could not get to my work fast enough. Okay. So the whole reason I'm telling this story is that those of us who have businesses like this, and those of us who have traditional businesses, and we're pairing non-traditional services alongside of those traditional businesses, sometimes we're going to run up against friction. Sometimes it's going to get ugly. And my encouragement for you is to take stock and make sure you are safe first. That's number 1. Make sure you're safe first. That's number 1. Number 2, if you do take hits and you do take lumps, yeah, it's going to sting. It is going to sting. But don't you dare stay down. You get yourself up. You brush yourself off, and you decide what is important for you as far as the work that you want to do, and who you are, and who you want to interact with, and how you want to do that. And I want you to pay attention to the difference that you are making, the light that you are shining, and that you are opening up that space. Now, if I had shut down because there were women in that Grand Junction room glaring at me, or if I had decided oh God, they wrote nasty notes to me, when that happened, it was hard. It was shocking. It was hard. I cried a little bit, right? But of course I'm going to keep going. Of course I'm going to keep going. And now down the road a little bit, I look at that and I'm I wear that like a badge of honor. I had some Bible Belt thumper ladies, and I got underneath their skin, and the paint came off the walls a little bit. And it's yeah, fucking A, we did it. We did it, because by the end of the day, there were women in that room who got new ideas, whether they worked with me or not. There were women in that room who got new ideas that helped them with their money relationship in a freaking new way. Okay. And then there were women in that room who had some free conversations with me that did not book, but they got help too. And it opened up their life too. And then there were the people who booked with me that provides, my bread and butter of support so that I can continue doing the work. And they had healings and moving forwards and openings. And if any of us had stopped because there were some people in the room that were bent out of shape, or were uncomfortable, or whatever, if we had stopped, the light would have dimmed. The light would have dimmed. So no matter where you are doing whatever you're doing with your spiritual walk, or your business, or traditional, or whatever it is, wherever you're at in your walk, just because we bump up against some friction and it gets a little bumpy and maybe we get bruised some, do not think for a second that it doesn't count. It counts. Every iota of this work counts. And so that is just one story among, I just told this story, and I'm thinking of 3 others. So maybe I'm going to do a series here. Maybe I start sharing the hard knocks sometimes that we go through to do this work and expand the world open, and that it isn't necessarily easy to do that a lot of the time, but it's worth it. It's worth it, and it's rewarding, and it does work out. And at this point, with the new earth energies, the 5D, like the wind is in our sails. Even though the dark clouds are rolling, the wind is in our sails, and it's super, super important that we continue to hold space with this in one way, shape, form, or another. So, like I said before, if you feel like you want to work with me, I've got that free consultation read. Just email me, Dana@somaticmoney.com. I've got the extended email read, the remote video read, the one-on-one session. I've got PDF channels. Like, if you know you need to work with me, but you just don't know what it is, email me and let's start a conversation and find out what you need. So, that's what I've got for you for now. Thank you for being here. Make sure you keep walking forward to meet those miracles along the way. And I will see you in my next video.